Today is the 7th of October 2024. 1 year on from that terrible day last year on the 7th of October 2023. For many in Jewish communities around the world and in the pro-Israel community, the emotions feel just as raw today as they did a year ago. In this past year, we've witnessed anti-Semitism reach record highs, pro-Palestinian mobs take over many of our major cities with marches, accusing Israel of committing genocide and comparing the Israeli government to the Nazis. There's no way to overstate just how offensive and inaccurate those comparisons are, and they must be condemned at every step of the way. We, of course, today think about the hostages, many of whom are still being kept in terror tunnels in Gaza, many of whom are actually being kept around Sinwar, the leader of Hamas, and must be facing the most awful conditions. And we think about them today and we pray for their speedy return. We think about the many soldiers who have sacrificed their lives to protect Israel and to defend Israel against the terrorists who surround them and their only wish is to see Israel destroyed. But we also today reaffirm our commitment as a UK Jewish community, as a nation of Jews and pro-Israel supporters, to defend Israel, to defend Israel's right to exist and to defend itself at every step of the way. We must never stop reiterating the fact that this attack, this terrorist attack, which took place a year ago today, was unprovoked. It was the fact that Israel did not start this war. Israel is merely defending itself against, as they call themselves, the axis of resistance, which surrounds its borders on every side. You have the Houthis in Yemen, you have Hezbollah in Lebanon, you have Hamas in Gaza, you have Iran orchestrating all of these attacks against Israel. Israel, that small patch of Jewish land, that small patch of land, which is a beacon of light and democracy in a very troubled Middle East. We must never forget the fact that Israel is the only country, it's the only country in the Middle East which allows Jews, Muslims, Arabs, and many others to live peacefully, to coexist in the Holy Land of Israel. In fact, there are many Arab Israeli citizens who happily contribute to Israeli society, serve in the army, and understand that Israel is the only country which really protects their rights. And the fact is that a year on from the 7th of October 2023, Jewish communities across the world have come together to support each other. We understand the need to stand together to resist the anti-Semitism we are seeing and to be strong and to stay strong. And I think that's a very important message to reflect on today. I also call on the international community and leaders across the world in countries such as the UK, the US, in the UN, to start realizing the fact that Israel must be allowed to defend itself, must be allowed to destroy the terrorists that surround it on all borders, and must be allowed to finish the job that they have unfortunately had to start, which is to protect its people. No other country in the world, I say no other country in the world, would accept thousands of its citizens having to move out of their homes due to the constant barrage of rockets. And that's exactly what's happened in northern Israel. We've seen since the 8th of October, just a day after those attacks, Hezbollah sending rockets over from Lebanon. And we've seen Israel respond in a very, very limited way since then. As many of you will know, just a couple of weeks ago, they launched some more intense attacks in order to destroy the terrorist threat, to destroy the terrorist infrastructure which hide itself inside civilian homes, so that Israeli civilians can again return to their rightful homes in the north of Israel. And I today say that we stand fully behind Israel's right to defend itself, fully behind Israel's right to destroy the terrorists. And we say that, and we call on the world, the international community, to today not just condemn what happened 1 year ago, but to also condemn what continues to happen, the attacks which Israel continues to face, both from Gaza, from Hamas, and from Hezbollah, from the Houthis, and ultimately from Iran. So today, I think it's very important for us to reflect on what a difficult year this has been for Jews across the world, but to say and to recommit to Israel, to our support for Israel, to our support for the one and only democracy in the Middle East, to commit to bringing back the hostages, those hostages who we think about every day, who must be suffering so terribly, to thank the brave members of the Israel Defense Forces for all the work that they do and are doing to defend Israel. And we say, Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel, the nation of Israel, should live and go from strength to strength.